We're here at Crossroad Towing at their salvage yard, where we're looking for the chassis, the transmissions, and the engines that we need for the cars that we are building.
Here's our to-do list while at Crossroads Towing. First, we need to find 4 buggies, 4 engines, 4 transmissions, and then get it all to the shop.
Alright, now we're here at Crossroads Towing, and we're going to have to find 6 good Volkswagen Bugs, or the best bugs we can find. So we can strip off the metal bodies and then rebuild the chassis, reinforcing it so that it's strong enough to hold the fiberglass, because a lot of the strength in a Volkswagen is in that arch, that trademark arch body. So as we take that off, we got to put on a fiberglass body, which has very little strength in itself. So we got to find some really good chassis. Come with us. As you can see, this salvage yard's been here, well, not too many people brave it. But that's good for us because it means that several of the cars that we find will still be intact and have all the parts that we need. Local folklore has it that the rare Volkswagen Bug with hands can be found in the back. One of the locals foraging for food. Hey!
Now we take you over to Melvin. He's over in the yard.
So our goal here is to find Volkswagen engines that have oil inside, because they've been sitting here for so long that if water has gone through the carburetor and the engine gets full and bogged up with water, and the crankshaft and everything inside will start to decay. So what we're looking for here is the dipstick oil. Here we can see that most of the oil is actually still good. There's no water. If there was water, it would become a gray liquid, because the water and the oil mixed together for a long period of time make like this gray gravy. This might be an actual good sign. We can actually take this engine out and check if there's any good parts we still need. Alright, this is one of the examples that we do not want. We don't want this to happen. This really weakens the structural integrity of the car. This is something we do not want to see in any of our cars, because we can do small patchwork, but this is massive amounts of rust.
Now we take you over to the metal shop. Quick! Now we have a quick word with Bruce, our master fabricator.
What specific welding techniques did you use?
It's MIG welded, everything's stitch welded, 3 inches usually in between the spaces to make it look uniform and neat. The box tube's 1.5 by 3 inch box tube. This metal is 14 gauge metal that's been cut and bent and shaped to fit the spots.
And what specific obstacles did you have to overcome?
Only obstacles that had to be overcome was cutting the metal here and bending it to match the shape of the body, and taking off all the metal spot welds that someone missed, and had to go in and grind all the old stuff back off so I could start from fresh. Was really the major obstacle, but other than that, everything else was good.
Is this chassis stronger or as strong as the original Volkswagen chassis?
As far as structural, this is 1/8 inch by 3 inch box tube, which is as strong as any frame rail in any big truck or anything like that, so it's strong, way stronger than the factory would have been.
What is it like as a former Hudson High School student going from being the student to being the expert, teaching students on a project like this?
As far as from being from Hudson High School, we had a workshop then and auto mechanics and stuff, and since then they don't have that, I guess. So learning this kind of trade probably now in today's age is probably a lot harder than it was 20 years ago. But it's nice to help out and show people, at least you know they're not going to kill themselves crashing, or if somebody gets hit, it'll make it through a crash. And other than that, that's about it.
Now we take you over to Melvin's shop.
Now we have to remove the dash, take out all the electrical, so we can finish stripping down the body to get ready to be a plug for our reverse mold so we can make more bodies. Not a lot of fun, but we got to do it. We've spent about 3 days already trying to get the body ready. Oh my.
Here you can see we are actually having to cut out the old existing wires so that we can continue the uninstallation of the dash and get the body ready for fiberglass molding.
On this particular car, there's 3 layers of red paint, a primer, and then a green metallic gel coat. And what we have to do is actually scrape off all 3 layers of red paint, and then once we're done with this, then we're going to have to sand off the primer until we get it to a nice green metallic gel coat. The reason for that is we have to send this to a molding shop to get molded, and it's a fiberglass shop that they actually take the car and make a mold of it, and then they're going to make us 4 more cars out of just this one. So that's why we have to make sure that we go into great detail with spending hours and even days scraping off just the paint just to have to go over it again and then sand it again. We finally got the 3 layers of red paint scraped off, and now we're having to sand this brownish red primer off of the whole car. And once we're done with this, we're still not done. We're going to have to go over the whole car again with about 1,000 grit sandpaper to make this green metallic gel coat really nice and smooth. Now that we have the parts that we need, we can take these Volkswagens, cut them in half, and take them to the recycling center.